Guys, today we've got the Off-White Nike collab dropping very soon. Jordan 4 Undefeated collab has some massive problems. Are those $20 Yeezy slides actually legal? Welcome to the midweek re-up. Not too much to recap today, actually, so let's get straight into some upcoming releases that are dropping pretty damn soon. First one up, already loaded to the Nike sneakers app, is the Jordan 12 French Blue. They're coming in a full family size run. We got big kids, we got little kids, and we even got toddlers. The Nigels are also loaded for the 16th as well, and the Air Max 1000 in the oat colorway dropping on the 19th. And then also for you guys out in the US, August 22nd is the Nike SB Air Max 95 collab, which has already dropped, I believe, everywhere else. Now, Awake New York and Jordan Brand just dropped a little lookbook at the actual clothing that's coming alongside the sneakers. Now, we've spoken about how to buy this pair of shoes for a while now. I mean, I'm not going to go over it again, but essentially they're dropping August 17th, and that's going to be through Awake New York's website. And then there'll be another release through Nike on August the 30th. But the cool thing here is the clothing collection. Take a look at this. So we've got some leather jackets involved. They're looking real nice. I mean, even the pink one is looking pretty dope, but obviously they've got, you know, two different colorways to match the shoes. A lot of people are looking at these jeans, which are obviously Jordan and Awake New York branded. They've got like everything on the back panels. There's going to be some hoodies and t-shirts involved, potentially some shorts. I know a lot of these models are wearing shorts, like these leather ones and these jean shorts over here, but we're not entirely sure. I can't see the branding on them. There's another t-shirt, potentially a tracksuit, but either way, it looks like they've gone pretty hard with the clothing capsule, which should be dropping alongside the sneakers. Now, that'll be again through Awake New York's website and probably the Nike sneakers app as well. Either way, let me know what you think about the clothing capsule. Is there any pieces that you would wear? But moving on, let's talk about the Jordan 4 Undefeated and the huge problem that people are reporting. We've got a ton of posts just like this. The Undefeated 4s are getting slammed for poor quality control. One of these issues is actually wild. So it seems like pairs from the Undefeated release are circulating now, like they're actually shipping them out. People are receiving them, and that's where they're posting pictures online. So you can see this one over here, scuffed up toe box with like a bunch of white marks, really dented toe box as well with like some black marks around it. Like you can tell over there, a little bit of weirdness going on. This one looks to even have like a crack in it. This is a $270 sneaker, at least, you know, when you pay the shipping and everything from the actual Undefeated web store. Oh, but things get worse. When you think you're getting the Undefeated 4s, but you end up with the Defeated 4s. Quality control on these was bad. So you can see some more like marks around the sole. I will say the pair I got, there was some pretty significant glue stains on there. This person received a pair with the text saying Jordan Rare Ape, but this has to be the worst one. Jordan R-word Air. I'm not even gonna say that, but literally the little line from the rare is fallen out or was just never put on here. However, they adhere this text to the actual tongue, and that is a crazy pair to get. I'm not even entirely, maybe just keep that patch on there. Just don't take the patch off of the tongue. That is crazy. Now, again, this is only like the first batch of people that have got their shipments in. I'm sure there's still plenty of people waiting from the Undefeated website to get their shoes in. Obviously, we still have a Nike sneakers app release, which is taking place on August the 28th. So there's a lot more potential for more people to come out with, you know, pictures of their shoes looking crazy. We'll have to wait and see, but if you guys received anything weird with your pair, let me know down in the comments, because this is pretty worrying. Adidas just officially teased or announced the Adidas Jellyfish. So they dropped this little collab, I guess, video of someone scuba diving deep in the ocean. Now, really, there's not too much that you can actually see. Like, they don't really show off the shoes, but we all know that this is obviously the Jellyfish sneaker with Pharrell and Adidas. So you don't even see a jellyfish in here. It's just kind of like, you know, flashlights looking around. She does have an orange goggle on, so I guess that kind of showcases the shoe. At least orange is on the sneaker. But of course, you get the Virginia and Adidas logo at the end, signaling the partnership, which should be dropping this week on the 15th, so literally in a couple days. A lot of people are hyped for this pair of shoes. I expect it to be extremely limited and hard to get, and probably end up reselling for a ton of money. As soon as you get any more information, I'll let you guys know. And also check out the review if you want, it's on the channel. If you're interested in picking up any new sneakers, I've got a bunch linked down in the description. Some of my favorite picks. Some of the links give me a slight kickback, which would massively help out the channel. So if you want to support, check them out. This, I think, is a little bit of an underrated sneaker drop. So this is a collaboration with Reebok and Tobe Nwigewe. He dropped, I guess, he's going to drop two different colorways of a very interesting model. The Chukwu Abu, it's coming in a full family size run. There's like this minty green pair, and then also this sail colorway, which I think goes really hard. Like, this is a very, very good looking pair of sneakers. It almost looks like, I don't know, a futuristic evolution of the classic Reebok sneaker, the Club C85. Retail is a reasonable 130 bucks. Significant like materials on here with a bunch of suede that are all like layered really nicely. That top-down view is great. I'm actually going to try and pick up a pair of these things because I'm really, really liking this sail colorway. Now, these should be dropping August the 22nd. That should be through Reebok's website. Probably a bunch of retailers as well, but we're not entirely sure as of right now. Either way, very underrated release. Solid work on the design of these. They look great. Now, as you guys know, in Sunday's video, we spoke about the fact that Yeezy randomly came out of nowhere and uploaded 113 items to their website. A complete rebrand, huge drop, which we've never seen before. Like, this is the largest one that we have seen, full stop. There's women's wear with a bunch of different like sneakers and boots. There's accessories. Either way, that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. Like, if you want to check out everything, I go over it in the last video. What we're here to talk about, because I saw like a bunch of people kind of wondering online, what the hell's going on with the Yeezy slide? How are they able to sell Yeezy slides for $20? Is it actually a thing? Like, this is identical to the Adidas version, just without the branding. We do have a post here from Sneaker Legal going over the actual patent, confirming that this is the only Yeezy sneaker that Kanye West actually owns. So he is within his full legal rights to be able to drop this pair of shoes, just obviously remove the Adidas branding. So what that also means is that Adidas is not allowed to use this design, even though I feel like they've fully utilized the fact that they've like made a ton of different versions that kind of look similar. But I will say that this could be completely different material. It could look slightly different when it actually ships out. Like, this is a mock-up of what it looks like. Just keep in mind that I don't think this actually exists yet. Like, they say on the website when you order that it takes 6 to 12 weeks to ship out, so it's all basically pre-orders at this point, and most likely it's going to take way longer than that. So we'll have to wait and see on how these things actually stack up to the Adidas Yeezy slides. But for $20, I don't think they can be a one-to-one, unless it just blows everyone's mind and it's literally a one-to-one Yeezy slide, just as comfortable, same kind of material. I do not expect that at all. Probably going to be made out of the same or similar foam to the slippers, which is not bad, but it's not like the Yeezy slides. Those things are just way softer than anything that any brand has been able to replicate. Either way, it also begs the question, is Ye going to drop other Adidas Yeezy silhouettes? Does he own the patents for any other models, like the Yeezy 350, the Yeezy 500, the 700? The answer is no. This is the only design that he owns from that collaboration, so it's the only one that he can drop, unless they come to some kind of agreement. Adidas decides to, I don't know, give him the patent, sell him the patent. We'll have to wait and see, but as of right now, this is pretty much normal. If anything changes, if we see more sneakers load up, that would be abnormal, and I'll let you know if that happens. We just got some official images of the very interesting Jordan Trunner OS, oversized, whatever we're calling this one, their lifestyle casual sneaker from Jordan brand that does have a lot of people excited. So we've got this pink colorway, which we have been taking a look at, different on-foot shots and in-hand stuff, but these are the official images signaling that they're coming very, very soon. I imagine a September release, although as of right now, we know that it's just fall 2025. They could be really solid sneakers. I mean, they retail for just $115. Apparently, House of Heat is saying by the end of October. We'll have to wait and see. We also got official images of the sail colorway, probably the one that I'm gonna try and pick up. If these things are comfortable, it could be a really good pair of shoes. Either way, these are the shots looking real nice. Let me know what what you guys think down in the comment section. Should Jordan Brand just stick to basketball sneakers? Now, this one is real dope. We just got first looks at the Air Jordan 3 El Vuelo, and it draws inspiration from Mexico's Lucha Libre tradition. And these things are so cool. They also kind of came out of nowhere. Apparently, they're going to be dropping fall 2025, so relatively soon. Retail is apparently going to be $230. I mean, look at the box that these things come in, and the sneakers themselves are looking crazy. It looks like it's completely different materials. You look like you have some kind of, I don't know, crocodile snakeskin leather on the upper. That goes for all of the red elements and the green elements, and then this kind of like wavy spike pattern that you get on the side. You've got custom embroidery on the reverse of the tongue. You've even got a golden Jumpman on the back in what looks like a silk type material. Solid plated gold Jumpman logo on the tongue as well on the front. I'm just wondering how they're going to release it, because this has all of the makings of just being one of those ridiculously limited, you know, shoes that resell for a ton of money. Either way, fall 2025, House of Heat is saying potentially September the 16th. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, love to know what you guys think of these down in the comments. Right, this one's pretty crazy. Off-White and Nike is confirmed. They are going to be dropping the Sesame Air Force 1 Low this fall, very, very soon. The craziest part about all of this is the fact that resellers got them first. So this is being kind of teased for a while now. We know that Jordan Brand is going to be releasing the Jordan 1 High Off-White Alaskas in December on the 20th. And then we started hearing some rumors about this pair, this Sesame colorway that was seen in different Off-White exhibits over the past years. But then out of nowhere, Stadium Goods released a full size run of these shoes. Take a look at it. They've got every size from a 7.5 all the way up to a size 14. Some of them have sold out, and they're going for like $6,000. This is all in pounds, so it's ridiculously expensive. But for them to be able to get a full size run, like when this hasn't even released yet, is pretty crazy. Like, we haven't seen an announcement from Nike or Jordan Brand about any of the Off-White stuff. I mean, we know that the Jordan 1s are going to be dropping, but this is now slated to drop this full time for retail, but it's obviously going to be extremely exclusive. Apparently, it's actually going to be a Qatar exclusive release, just like a bunch of the other Air Forces have been, you know, exclusives to different regions and different countries. So we're going to have to wait and see, but these are the best looks yet at what this pair of shoes looks like. I mean, Stadium Goods, how the hell you get them? We would like to know. Where'd you get a full size run from? And then this picture is like another reseller that just has boxes of them as well. This is like the first shots that we actually saw. So no idea what's going on and how all of these resellers have this pair of shoes. So that means basically the release is going to be a myth unless there's more pairs. It's a strange situation. Either way, fall 2025 for these, it is confirmed we're getting 2 Off-White Nike and Jordan products this year. This is a pretty cool pair of dunks. The Abominable Snowman. Now, unfortunately, this is just kid sizes, but it does look like a collaboration sneaker, honestly, like something Ungrateful Deads or CPFM would do. You got the crazy Abominable Snowman fur all over it. These things come with like a little figure keychain type thing. I wonder what the box looks like. Unfortunately, we don't have an image of that, but I bet that's pretty crazy. This is going to be a full 2025 release. We just got some first looks at the upcoming Wolf Gray Jordan 5s, which are coming pretty soon. They're going to be dropping January the 10th, 2026. So one of the first drops for next year, and this is what they look like. So 15 years later, they're bringing them back. This is going to be as true to the 2011 release as possible. Check out all of the details. I gotta love that iced out outsole looking pretty damn clean. Another banger. 2026, again, it's still picking up. It's still going to be interesting. I do have a big question mark about next year and the releases just after this year, which 2025 is like one of the best sneaker years in recent memory. These are the first looks. I'm sure we'll get plenty more very soon, but we've also got a release date. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Are you liking these? You excited for these? Something that we've been speaking about for a while now has just been confirmed by Nike, or announced actually. So this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Air Max 95 collaboration. Turns out we're getting 2 different colorways, kind of. So they dropped a full little trailer of these things with the images. You could take a look at them over here. I think the coolest thing has to be the Air Muscle on the tag, which is dope. So this is the first colorway, the blue one, which I believe is going to be the global release. But then we also have this one over here, which is going to be an Asia exclusive. massive. This one is kind of like grayed out, black, white, grays. Both of them going to retail for $200 and release on September the 12th. Now, there's also some added extras with this. So they come in a custom box and they have a playable Yu-Gi-Oh trading card in the box. Apparently, there's going to be an accompanying apparel collection consisting of a $200 Nike Destroyer jacket in blue, void, and off-white. 2 Nike Solo swoosh tees, black and white, will also be arriving with these. And here's a little shot of the cards that are going to come in the box. And that is all we know. So it's going to be like a dot swoosh type release, probably very limited, but very interesting. So yeah, there you have it. Everything we know about these things so far. We just got official looks at the Air Jordan 11 Rare Air, which is going to be dropping this October. This is going to be, I believe, the final Rare Air that we're waiting on. Obviously, we had the 1s, the 3s, the 4s, and now this is obviously the 11s. So these are now going to be dropping in October in a full family size run. These things are looking pretty cool if you ask me. Is it the best Rare Air that we saw out of all of the different models? You let me know down in the comment section. Apparently they're dropping October 1st, so that is news to me. But yeah, take a look at these images and let me know what you think down in the comment section. The Nike Ja 3 is going to be coming to Nike by You soon. This is a crazy shoe to have on Nike by You because it's such a wild design. I think this could be really, really cool. So we have some shots of like what it's going to look like, or I guess some actual Nike by You versions. So you got this one, which is like mismatched from left to right. What a wild colorway. This one actually looks fire. I would create 2 of these, maybe swap out the laces for a different color. Same thing going on over here with like the different one. Either way, these are just some examples. The cool thing is that this design can be Nike by You. I think full 2025 is when it's going to drop. And I think this is probably one of the coolest designs to have a Nike by You of, because there's so many different variables that you could change. Either way, no exact drop of when this is happening, just at some point in the fall. Nike is suing Edison Chen for $126,000, which I think the original reports were 126 million, but apparently that was a clerical error by the court. So that was going around for a while, and then suddenly they were like, oh wait, not 126 million, 126,000, which is crazy because Nike doesn't need $126,000 from this man. They're not desperate, or are they? No, they're not. They don't need that money. But in general, there might be a little bit more to this lawsuit. We don't have too much information. All we know is that this lawsuit was filed because of a breach of contract. Now, this could get pretty crazy because, as we know, Clot and Nike were working together for a while. Clot is Edison Chen's brand, and then he moved over to Adidas and started collaborating a ton with them. Edison Chen's partnership with Nike spanned nearly 2 decades, producing some of the most sought-after collaborations. The Clot Nike Air Max 1 Kiss of Death, the Air Force 1 Lows are considered modern classics, and now it has soured. I mean, if you collaborate with Nike, there is always a potential that they will come for your ass at some point in the future. So there are some documents out there, but I think we still need to wait for more details, people to actually go through all of this. But it is a very, very high profile lawsuit, and the fact that they're naming Edison Chen explicitly like himself and not his brand, this is a crazy one. Question: are sneaker collaborations ruining the culture? Well, Jeff Staples seems to think so, and a lot of people actually agree. So he put out a bunch of different posts basically going over this topic, which I thought was pretty interesting and wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. People are starting to tune out. What used to feel like a moment now feels like a marketing calendar. Weekly drops, random partnerships, forced hype, everything is starting to blur together. The collab used to mean something. Now it's often just a logo swap and a 10-minute sellout. No story, no soul, no real reason why. Don't get me wrong, I love a good collab, but only when it adds something to the culture, not when it just adds noise. Dear brands, it's okay to sit a drop out. It's okay to focus on your own DNA for a minute. You don't have to co-sign someone else to say something meaningful. Collabs should create value, not just urgency, and culture needs more space to breathe. Let's get back to why we create. Yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily having a hot take here. I think there's a lot of people who would agree with this. There's so many collaborations. I don't want to name any specifically, but there is a lot of collaborations that is just like, did you really need to do this? I've seen so many super lazy collaborations. This not being one of them, by the way. No, but for real, there is a ton, and I think a lot of people kind of agree with this. There's also been some really good collaborations, and I think those stand out, and that's probably why so many people love the Nigel Sylvester one, because you can really see the storytelling from Nigel's perspective onto the sneaker. I mean, some people don't like the shoes itself, but like the collaboration in general, it means something to him. He's out there like promoting it, doing different pop-up events, and really putting effort into the drops. Whereas like some other ones, you're like, sometimes you never even hear of the brand and they just throw a colorway on it. There's no storytelling and it's just dropping, and it's just like because it's a collaboration. But I feel like we've been so far down this collab road, it really does need to stand out to actually be a good collaboration nowadays. Either way, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Just thought it was a very interesting conversation. But let's talk about Complex's ranking of CPFM sneakers, ranked worst to best, and immediately we're off to a bad start because I freaking like the Air Fleet 2. I think these things are different, they are wild. Yes, they may not be the most aesthetically pleasing shoe, but they're cool, okay? And number 11, well, they got the other colorways, so okay, basically the same shoe. Then we got the Flea ones. You cannot tell me these freaking Grinch looking ass shoes are uglier than this. There is no way. Then we got the Air Forces. Yeah, it's just kind of, I mean, those things are so popular. People actually love these things because they're super wearable, so I don't know what they're doing down at the bottom. But obviously, we got the two colorways of that. Then we got the Nike Blazer Mid. These should be at the last place, not the other ones. Then we got the moss colorway above the black ones. Really? Okay, more and more and more. And then at number 3 we got the diamond Swarovski ones. Yeah, these are kind of grails for a lot of people. Yeah, it's a bit flashy, it's a bit out there, but I guess that's kind of the purpose of this shoe. The Vapor Max is freaking iconic. Those things are cool. Just from, it takes you back to, you know, 2019 when collaborations were still such like a newish type thing where they were going crazy with like the off-white stuff. This was like the hype beast type shoe. Now, why are these number 1? What, because it's a shade of green and the other ones don't make it up here? I think these should be number 2. The Vapor Maxes should be number 1, in my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree down in the comment section. But that wraps it up for this week's episode. Don't forget we do this every single Wednesday and every single Sunday, so subscribe to the channel so you can always stay in the loop. And like always, I'll throw a video up in the top left-hand corner. Check it out.